We have a release date for the Vital Bracelet B. The latest entry in the Vital Bracelet series will be released on November 26th, just under 2 months away, and pre-orders are already going up. So far, 4 color variations have been shown off, 2 of which come bundled with a B memory. Before we get into the specifics, you may want to know how you can get your hands on one of these devices. Well, good news, because Zenin TCG is back to sponsor this video. Zenin TCG is your one-stop shop for everything Vital Bracelet B and other anime merch. Right now, you can use the code ZENINVV through October 14th to get 8% off your entire order. At their store, you can find all 4 current color variations of the Vital Bracelet B, including black, white, Digivice Dual V, and the My Hero Academia special set. They of course have you covered for B memories as well, with the Gammamon Dim, 25th Anniversary Dim, and My Hero Academia Volume 1, all available for purchase. And in case you want to change up the look of your device, they also have replacement bands for sale. Not only that, but if you purchase any of the Vital Bracelet B models from their shop, you will be automatically entered to win a replacement band. There will be 5 lucky winners, just make sure to purchase before October 25th to be entered. And again, don't forget to use the code ZENINVV at checkout for 8% off your entire order. In case you haven't been paying attention, the Vital Bracelet B is the updated version of the Digivice V, which was the updated version of the Vital Bracelet Digital Monster. This series of Digimon electronics takes a new spin on the Digimon V-Pet formula by exchanging conventional care mechanics with activity tracking. As you move and work out through the day, your Digimon gets stronger and evolves based on the actions you take. I'm not going to go into further detail on the specifics of the device in this video because I've already done so on previous videos, so if you want to learn more about the actual functionality, check out some of my most recent videos for that. As for this video, I want to talk about the release. So we've already had the 25th anniversary set available for pre-order, and I believe those pre-orders are closed at this point. They are definitely closed at this point. And now we have the black, white, Digivice Dual V, and My Hero Academia special sets all available for pre-order as well, which will be releasing all on November 26th. In case you're curious as to which one you should buy, it's all up to what color you like the best because there are no differences in functionality between these different color variations. They are all the exact same device. They will function identically no matter which one you get. So if I want to get the My Hero Academia special set because I really like yellow, I can do so and still use my Gammamon B memory just fine. It does not matter which one you get. Another piece of important information is that there are no localized versions as of yet. This is only being sold in Japan and via resellers outside of Japan. So there's not going to be like an English-specific version that you can go out and buy. They may do that at some point in the future. They did make the Vital Hero after all, which is based on the Digivice V. They may make another product based on the Vital Bracelet B, but I wouldn't expect that anytime in the near future if they do choose to do so. So for right now, it is a Japanese-only product. The amount of Japanese that will be on the device is not enough to where it will make it difficult to use if you don't know Japanese. You do not have to know any bit of Japanese whatsoever to get the full experience from these devices. There is one little difference between which one you get. Again, not in functionality, all identical, but some of the devices will come bundled with B memories already included. The black and white base models don't have anything in them whatsoever as far as B memories go, because the devices themselves can be used standalone. You can technically use them without a B memory, but for best results, you're going to want a B memory with them. The Digivice Dual V and My Hero Academia special sets, though, do come with B memories. The Gammamon B memory for the Digivice Dual V and the My Hero Academia Volume 1 for the My Hero Academia special set. That should be pretty obvious. The Digivice Dual V also comes with the Imperialdramon B memory if you are an early purchaser. What early purchaser means, hard to say. The Black Roar Dim had the same setup when the original Vital Bracelet released, and people were able to get that well after pre-orders went up. So I don't think it's going to be something where you're going to have to rush and go get it, but if you really, really want it, you know, get it as soon as possible, just in case the stock is more limited than we might think. Now, if you do want to buy additional B memories for your device, they are a little bit more expensive than DIM cards were in the past, and by a little bit, I mean actually a lot of it. They are double the cost for B memories, where we originally had the DIM cards coming out for around, I think it was 880 yen, somewhere in that ballpark. Very, very cheap overall for one little DIM card. We are now looking at 2,200 yen for B memories, which is quite the substantial increase. Now, DIM cards did increase in price a little bit as time went on. They started reaching the 1,000 yen mark, which wasn't a huge increase, but this is a pretty massive increase. I'm not a fan of how expensive it is. As this is, I could have rationalized maybe 500 yen more, but we're not getting that much more functionality out of these than we would have from the old cards. Reminder, we're getting 6 more Digimon. The stats methods are all different than they used to be, and they have app abilities, which we'll talk more about those in a second. But all those together don't really equal out to that much more cost for what is essentially a roster increase. So a bit on the expensive side, disappointing to see that, but unfortunately that is what it is. As for the B memories themselves, let's talk about them. So the 25th anniversary B memory, we've already went over that full roster in the video about the 25th anniversary set, so I'm not going to be rehashing any of that, but know that it is going to be available standalone on November 26th as well, so you'll be able to get it if you did not choose to buy the anniversary set itself. The Gammamon B memory, while being bundled with the Digivice Dual V, is also available on its own, and that has a lot worth talking about. That has a full new roster inside of it, which has a lot of stuff going on. So, as you might expect, it does have some repeats from the Gammamon Dim card that was previously released, in that the baby forms, child, adult, those stages are all identical. Well, to a point, and we'll get into that too. But the perfect forms are almost all brand new, and they're certainly all new to Ghost Game, but 5 of them haven't been seen at all yet, which is surprising to see. So, Kanavaismon comes back. That's Gammamon's current perfect form in the show. The only perfect form we've seen of Gammamon in the show. Possibly his only perfect form, but probably not based on what we're about to see here. So that makes a return. But we also have several new Digimon that show up, including Fumamon, who is that ninja-looking character. Gilly-Dumon, which is wearing a ghillie suit. Just found out that that's what that's called yesterday, so cool. It's also got a little gun. We have Bombamon, which might be Bombermon. It's not spelled the same way that Bomber Nannymon is, but still could be written that way as Bombermon, which would make sense. We have Zanmetsmon, who has a lot of swords, a lot of feet. Kind of looks like it could be related to Ryudomon in some way or another, which Ryudomon does appear in Ghost Game, already has its own dim even, so might see some connection there. And then we have Regulusmon, which that name should be familiar because we already have Gulis Gammamon, and it is pretty clear that these two are related in some way or another. So it looks like Gammamon may indeed have 2 perfect evolutions in Ghost Game, but we'll just have to wait and see. We also have the reveal of Siriusmon, who appears to be Gammamon's ultimate stage evolution. Looks similar to Kanavaismon, but more humanoid. He's got those cannon arms going on. We have a couple repeats in Cannondramon, who previously appeared on the Volcanic Beat Dim, and Spinomon, who previously appeared on the Hermit in the Jungle Dim. Below Spinomon, we have what appears to be a completely new Digimon. They have confirmed that there are 8 new Digimon on this dim card, but we only see 6 of them not in silhouette. So this one right here, whoever is below Spinomon, not sure who that is, but they would be a brand new Digimon. We also see that there's some adventure unlocks. In case you don't recall, as you play adventure mode, you will unlock additional Digimon. As we see, there are 6 Digimon to unlock in this adventure mode, and they intermingle with the rest of the evolution lines here. So it's not like they're just off and by themselves. Once you unlock them, Curimon should be able to evolve into one of 3 different child stages, it seems, which is a lot. We've already had Dims with 2 different child stages, but now we have 3. So that's honestly pretty exciting. I do like that. So who do we have down there? While they are all silhouetted, it should be pretty obvious who most of them are. We have Bokomon, RIP, spoilers for Ghost Game. We have Koemon, also appeared in Ghost Game. We then, in the adult stage, looks like we have Sealsdramon, which is ironic considering Bokomon is there. We have Vamdemon in the perfect stage, who was the villain when Kanavaismon first appeared. And in Ultimate, we have either Sakuyamon or Kuzahamon. I've heard that Kuzahamon might be more likely based on the height of the sprite. Not 100% certain on that, but yeah, we've got one of those 2 in there. Hard to tell because recolors are a plague. And then below that, we have another new Digimon, so we don't know who that is, but I will say they do bear a striking resemblance to Gulis Gammamon, in that they have a similar head shape, they got a cloak, and it looks like they kind of got a little tail skewer going on too. Could be that's a weapon based on the little line coming out of the back there. It could just be like a spear, but yeah, can't say for sure as of yet. We'll have to wait until the dim releases to know for sure, probably. So that is the Gammamon B memory. Very nice looking roster, I'll say. I love how many new Digimon are in here. I'm assuming that all the new Digimon will appear in Ghost Game at some point, which that series has been going on for some time, so it's surprising that they still have time to put this many new characters in, new evolutions, and a lot more going on with Gulis Gammamon, it seems. So If you haven't been watching Ghost Game, it's a fine show. I enjoy watching it from time to time. I don't usually keep up every single week, but every so often I'll be like, all right, let's watch however many episodes have come out since the last time I checked, and yeah, it's a fine series. So if you're into Ghost Game, obviously this is a must-buy. It's also probably a must-buy just because this is going to be like one of the more robust Dims that you can get early on. And by one of the more, I mean one of two. There's going to only be 2 Digimon Dims at launch, it looks like. So yeah, obviously you'll want to have this if you want to raise some Digimon. So let's move on to the other thing that comes with the Digivice Dual V. Again, it's an early purchase bonus, so you can get it if you buy early enough. And that is going to be the Imperialdramon Dim. We did hear a few rumblings about this leading up to the official announcement, so we did have a pretty good idea that this was coming. But we didn't know how involved it would be, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's that involved. This is similar to the trial Dims that we had before with the Vital Bracelet. So we had the Black Roar and Shadow Howl trial Dims, which only had straight lines on them. In this case, we at least have 2 straight lines, so that's pretty cool. I am bummed that instead of having Grand Kuwagamon there, we just have 3 different Imperialdramons, which, alright, whatever, but yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this. If you've already got Ancient Warriors and Primeval Warriors, then there's not really a lot going for you in this Dim. So I'm glad it's just a purchase bonus. If this was like a full-fledged release, that'd be kind of disappointing, but this is just a purchase bonus, so not that big of a deal. Honestly skippable if you're not that concerned about it. And then we have the My Hero Academia B Memory, which I'm not going to go into, but I will just bring up for the sake of letting you know once again, yes, it is compatible with any of the Vital Bracelet B models. Doesn't matter which Vital Bracelet B you have, any B memory will work with it. If it says that it's a B memory, it's going to work with it. So B memories from My Hero Academia, from Demon Slayer, from whatever the other things were, those will all work on any Vital Bracelet B, including the Digivice Dual V, even though it's Digimon branded. Branding does not matter. If it's a Vital Bracelet B, it works with a B memory. Keep that in mind. So then moving on from the actual products themselves, we'll talk about the arena for a moment. I did a video recently on a lot of the new features of the arena, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already done so, because I'm not going to be repeating myself for most of this stuff. But I will start off by letting you know we do not yet have a release date for the arena, still scheduled for fall. Whenever that will be will remain to be seen. As for the current Vital Bracelet Lab app though, it's worth noting that we haven't actually seen arena battles in there for like 2 weeks now, which is pretty surprising. They normally come back after like a day or 2 of being down every week, but they've not come back yet. So honestly not sure if they are coming back because Bandai hasn't said anything. I wouldn't think that they would just stop them without declaring that they're stopping them, but we haven't seen them, and they've also taken away some of the daily bonuses related to battling. So interesting to see where that will go. Not sure if it'll ever come back, but either way, the Arena app will have battles whenever it does come out. That's where the 2v2 battles happen. And they gave some new information on the app abilities. So app abilities, as a reminder, those are abilities that are stored on the B memory that get assigned to Digimon when they're transferred to the app and give you some kind of edge in battle. They have different rarities, with more rare ones being more useful, one would assume. And in this case, what we have learned is that every time your Digimon evolves, it will lose its ability, so that the next time you put it into the app, it'll gain a new ability. And the higher stage evolution that you are, the more likely you are to get a more rare and therefore better ability. So you don't have the same ability all the way through. It changes as you evolve, so cool to see that. If you're not happy with the ability that you got, you can also change it. There will be an item that will allow you to reset your current app ability and then get randomly assigned a new one the next time you transfer into the app. So cool to see that. We are not stuck with the abilities that we are given 100%. How available that type of item would be remains to be seen. It might be something that is very rare to obtain. We at least know it'll change as we evolve. Another thing to point out is that there will not be raids on the Vital Bracelet Arena app, but instead of having raids, they will have regular tournaments. How regular those are, maybe monthly, like the raids were, don't know for sure, and don't know what those will look like, but we at least know that there will be tournaments of some variety to keep battles interesting. Instead of just doing one-off PvP battles, there will be something with more weight behind it. So exciting to see where that goes. And that's pretty much everything that there is to talk about with the Vital Bracelet B at the moment, but I do want to take one quick sidestep, talk about the Digimon color for a moment, the digital monster color, I should say. And they did reveal a few pieces of information about this as well. Namely, they clarified the evolution speed. The evolution timer is going to be the same as it is on the Digital Monster version Revival. So that is 10 minutes into Baby 2, 12 hours into Child, 24 hours into Adult, 36 hours into Perfect, 48 hours into Ultimate, and then from Ultimate you can only jog rest, so there's no Evo timer for that. So again, same hours as the version Revival. Pretty quick. I would prefer them to be a little bit more slowed down since there's not a whole bunch of Digimon to go through on these devices. So I wouldn't want to like just kind of blast through all the evolutions. I think I mentioned that on the last video too, but yeah, there's only, what, 17, 18 Digimon on these, so going through the entire thing in such a short time would be kind of disappointing, but oh well. They also talked about battery life. It sounds like we're going to have 4 hours of continuous play on these devices, which doesn't sound like a lot until you realize that usually when you're interacting with one of these Digimon V-Paths, you're interacting for less than a minute. You might be doing battles, which might take a little bit longer, but over the course of the day, you're not going to be losing that much battery, so you can get probably several days of battery life out of these, at least, I would imagine. We'll have to see how it actually performs in real life, but they say 4 hours of continuous play for now. To help with that, they do have the screen auto-off feature. I know some people were wondering if the screen turns off because it doesn't seem to in the video presentations, but it does. And they say it will turn off after about 16 seconds, which is pretty aggressive. I'm not thrilled about that. That'll be difficult to film, at least for sure. And I sometimes you just want to sit there and watch the animations, and 16 seconds isn't a long time to do so. Old Digimon devices just stayed on all the time, but they started doing screen off in the modern era, which makes sense, save more battery, but still kind of disappointing to see that it's so aggressively short. Only 16 seconds is a very, very short amount of time to look at the device, but I guess it will save you more battery, which is nice. And that's pretty much everything that I have to go over today, so lots of stuff to look at, lots of stuff to put money down on, so take a look again at our sponsors Zen and TCG if you want to purchase any of the devices that we've talked about today, any of the new Vital Bracelet B models. I'll be updating as soon as we have any new information about anything related to Digimon electronics whatsoever, except for the SCSA series, which I won't be saying anything about other than that. They showed off some stuff about it this morning. Go check that out at the Bandai Mania page if you want to see more about the Detector CSCA, because it's not a virtual pet or anything like unto it, so I don't really have much of an interest in covering it myself. Sorry for those that are interested in it, but yeah, cosplay props aren't a topic for this channel. Anyway, I'll be back as soon as we have any new information whatsoever, so until next time, bye!